Hi. So I decided to do a little video on the meditation technique that I do. Basically, I lie down and close my eyes, and very quickly the thoughts come in. They just come in super fast, as we all know. I pretty much noticed that there's five main thoughts that are the most intrusive. It's likely the five main stresses. So nowadays it's virus. Am I going to pay rent? Am I going to lose my job? How are my friends doing? Etc. They kind of come in and they buzz around and they're really strong and they're really loud. I basically just want to give them all space, give them attention, because they're just thoughts and the mind is just active and apprehensive and nervous. It's like an overexcited puppy dog. I see each thought. Like there's one of them like, am I going to pay rent this month? And it's a strong thought, and it's my job to contain it, not compartmentalize, but just to contain it and see it and say, hey, I see you, chill, and to create some space. Here comes a thought, there's a bit of a space in between, and just to give it that attention. I find that after a while it kind of loops, has a pattern, and then I watch it and again, keep that space, keep breathing. Once that's kind of going, I feel like it's okay. It's like what I call the crock pot technique. So then I kind of like contain that and then move to the next one. And there it is. It's really loud and big and strong. And it's almost like I've started at zero all over again. And there it is. And I'm like, okay, dude, chill. And I'm with it, and it's doing its thing. And I'm, again, holding space for it, keep holding space for it. The trick is not to merge with it. It can be very difficult, especially if it's very, very strong. And if there's a merging that happens, then I can be lost in that thought. The mask plays you, another way of saying it. And then it's just downhill from there. There's a spiral, anxiety kicks in, which is totally useless emotion. Why do we even have anxiety? If we could call God up and say, hey dude, let's kill anxiety. No use for it. Fear has a place. There's a snake. Be scared of the snake. Totally get that. But fear is super, super strong. It comes in like a whoosh and it's like, I want to exist. And it's like a possible reality. It's not reality yet. And it really, really dominates. So I have a creaky house. So with fear, I just do my best to breathe even more and bring in some support if I needed, some peace, some compassion. Say, okay, like you're really big and you're super scary and it wants to be real, but you're not. You're not actually real. And I'm just going to let you be. And it just seems to flow through. This stuff takes practice. I still don't get it right all the time, but I'm learning it. And then finally, like going to the gym, it helps. It's like the mental gym. The more I do it, the easier it gets. So it took me a while just even to get here, which each one of those main thoughts, they come up, I see them, I'm with them. And after a while, they tend to be contained enough. I don't react to them enough. I feel like I can move into a more peaceful state. More breath comes, the mind seems to go to that theta realm. Things are calmer, I feel more relaxed, my body relaxes. And then from there, I'm able to look at where my body needs some attention. I might notice my heart's really palpitating, or my throat's really tight, or I'm been clutching my hand, and I just tend to each one and look at them and say, what do you need? What's going on? Maybe there's a story, maybe there's a sensation. Very quickly, the information of the body speaks to you and realizes like, oh, my stomach is sore. Everyone works differently. Some people are really, really visual. They might have a whole visual representation of colors and thoughts. Some people are very, very sensory, and it's just a sensation or a feeling or something that you can't quite put your finger on. The more that the body can speak to you, the more you can listen to it. And then peace tends to come. I can't always reach for happiness or joy or ecstasy, but peace seems to be pretty easy because it's similar to neutrality, just with a bit of positivity. That's how I view it anyway. Maybe it's different for people. In that state, and then I'm relaxed, and then that's when all the good stuff happens. That's when like the mind can relax. There's a more of a restorative aspect that happens. From there, it's much easier to regulate the nervous system. It calms down. There's more space. Then even some healing can happen. Sometimes it's spontaneous. Sometimes it could be a desire. I want to calm down. Maybe there's a physical sensation that you want lessened. But from that state, I find it's much easier to have agency and have access to the parts of ourselves that maybe were difficult to have access when the mind's in the way and the fear is in the way and the anxiety is in the way. And I've found some pretty cool success with going to those spaces and seeing what's there. Sometimes just existing, finding a mental park bench that one can sit at and just relax and look at the water, invite any part of you that might want to join that is feeling stressed out, and just sit with them, and just sitting with them and not talking and not trying to fix and not trying to judge. It does a lot. It's a really beautiful meditation. Those are all ideas. That's stuff that worked for me. But really, if you want to just ignore everything else that I said, it really is just lie down, have a sacred space, watch the different stresses and fears and anxieties that come in, give them a place, hold space for them. You are the observer. You're managing, you're helping, you're guiding, but there's always a bit of a distance so that you can actually be with them and then do that with each one. And for me, they tend to quieten down. There's more breath in myself, and maybe that's it for the day. So I do hope that works. These times are trying, and there's a lot of stress in the air. And I feel like when I do this, not only is it help reduce the stress, it actually is preventative. I feel like when I go into a stressful situation, I'm less likely to be activated because it seems to carry over. There's like an abundance of that good feeling. I do it every day for about 45 minutes in the morning and half an hour at night to an hour, but you can do it whenever you want. Even 5 minutes is good. And the mind will be active. It will be freaking out, and it will likely not want to do this. And that's all normal, but 5 minutes is better than 0. I hope it helps. If you do have any questions, you can let me know below, and I will do more of these videos. So happy travels. Bye.